I got all these Revo Obsidians and they're all mine. We're here at the E3D booth, ERRF 2022, day 2. Let's talk about it. We are starting ERRF day 2 2022 coverage over with my buddy Lucian.
Hey guys.
At the Opulo booth. I know about you guys. You and I have been friends for like 2 years. We've never met, so I guess we gotta shake hands, you know,
good
here
handshake,
officially. What is this for the folks at home? What are we looking at?
So my name's Lucian Shaper. I'm with Opulo. We're an open source hardware company out of Pittsburgh, PA. What you're looking at here is the Lumen PMP. It's a open source pick and place machine designed for assembling circuit boards. So it has a full closed loop vision system. It has a full 24 volt pneumatic system. Its job is to pick up parts, hold them over a camera, and place them down onto blank circuit boards and populate them so that you don't need to do it yourself with tweezers.
And these parts are tiny. There's, as you've been calling it, digital lice. Take a look at the size of that.
Yeah, we can make parts as small as you can see. Where our machine picks up electronic components smaller than pieces of rice. Somewhere between rice and grains of sand, really.
Really, honestly, he's not kidding.
We support sizes down to 0402. It's a fraction of a millimeter by a fraction of a millimeter.
Now,
and even bigger too.
You guys are doing, looks like open source hardware logos.
Yeah.
Is this open source?
This project is fully open source.
You're kidding me.
No, down to the bones. We're developed in KiCad, modeled in FreeCAD.
You're in KiCad?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
We love it.
And you did this in FreeCAD?
All of it.
You're a masochist.
Yeah, we all are.
There's been one live stream in the history of 3D Musketeers where I have not only rage quit, but deleted the live stream.
Oh, no way.
It was me trying to learn FreeCAD live for the first time.
Bring me on next time.
Buddy, I did not know what I was looking at this like, oh my god, this is nothing like Fusion. F it, we're gonna do it. No. 25 minutes in, I rage quit, I deleted the live stream, it's missing, it's never coming back.
So another cool thing about doing this whole project as open source as we have is we feel like front runners for open source workflows where we've developed like bill of material generation tools, we've developed continuous integration scripts that are built around KiCad, they're built around FreeCAD, and they run on GitHub in the cloud to help us all contribute together towards this project collaboratively in a decentralized manner.
This is what this industry is all about, right?
Yeah.
Not only making cool stuff, but doing it in a way that is accessible, available. And look, if you don't got a 3D printer, you don't think your 3D printer can do, by the way, gorgeous prints.
Thank you.
Prusas, or what we're using?
No, so we print everything in the office with Prusa minis, with
good machines.
0.6 millimeter micro Swiss hot ends. And for anything gray you see here, it's of 0.4 layer height. And as long as we're consistent, I don't personally think it matters what your layer height is or nozzle size is. It just needs to look visually pleasant for Nescam.
I'll come bring you my 1.8 Bontech CHT nozzle.
Wait, that doesn't reduce the diameter.
Watch it. We'll card to that video so Lucian can watch it later on.
Oh, yes.
But you have a demo.
Yes.
I'm told you got the little bit of the geek touch of gray, otherwise known as the solder paste.
Yes.
And you've got your mask here.
Yes.
So a solder mask is basically a piece of steel with some holes made in a very specific location. You take a little bit of the touch of gray, you put it on there, and then you just kind of scrape it across.
Yeah, it's exactly like silk screening.
Yeah, exactly, but it's, manual.
After we effectively silk screen solder paste onto a blank circuit board, we can load it into the Lumen PMP, and then we'll hit start in an open source piece of software called OpenPMP. And then the tool head will move around, it'll scan for fiducial points on the circuit board.
Whoa, that's a big word. I only got a master's degree. What's fiducial mean?
So a fiducial is like an optical homing location. So if it can find 3 points, it'll fully characterize where the board is in X, Y,
oh, you're triangulating stuff.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. See, now that's...
It's just like when you use the
triangulation.
It's just like when you guys at 3D Musketeers use the Artec and you have the IR probes for not losing track of your models. Those iridescent balls.
We don't need those.
It
does geometry and texture.
You got the good.
I do. Yeah. It's only a little bit of money. We'll card to that unboxing video if you guys want to see that as well. Yeah, I want to see this thing run.
Let's do it.
I've seen videos of it. I want one, but I have no valid reason to own one yet. But I'm trying to find a way that I can. And a lot of it's going to be because I want to do dumb stuff. That's most of the reason why I have the things that I have.
So I'm gonna hit start then.
Let's take a look. So you're using a bit of a suction device.
Yes.
Oh, I can see it on the screen here. Okay.
Yes. So this is a 24-volt pneumatic system. There's 2 pumps and 2 valves down there to control the flow of the vacuum pressure. When we pick up parts, we have to hold suction on them, but then when we release the parts, we have to vent the pressure to atmosphere so that the parts actually get released quickly.
Right, and then they drop straight.
So a cool thing about this machine is it has a full vacuum system as well as sensors that can detect that vacuum pressure. So if there's any abnormalities during the pick and place process, our machine can detect it, pause what it's doing, prevent further mishaps, alert the operator, and like prompt us to correct it without losing downtime.
So you're saying if I'm an idiot and screw something up, the machine says, "I got you, fam," and it tosses it in the trash.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, you know what? Well, does it have enough suction to pick me up? Because I belong in the trash.
No,
too.
but we're working on it.
Okay, all right.
The relay doesn't care how large the vacuum pump is, you know?
That's fair. And where is the vacuum pump on the machine, or are you running an external vacuum pump?
Everything about the machine is mounted underneath what we call the staging plates. These are some massive PCB circuit boards where we affix the electronics, we affix the pneumatics, we affix the valves, you name it. It's all underneath the machine, and it's just fully self-contained. This is an open source, closed loop pick and place machine with a full vision system. We have a camera that shines upwards towards the nozzle. We have a camera that shines downward towards the board. We can correct for any abnormalities, including misalignment, run out on our nozzles, part defects, you name it. The Lumen can help manufacture your boards better.
Now, realistically, what are we looking in terms of throughput, right? Because I can go to pick your poison for somewhat shady PCB sellers overseas and get boards damn quick, unreasonably quick, to my door. What are we looking at in terms of throughput and all that?
Yeah, sure. So the Lumen PMP shines at doing quick turn boards at your facility,
right?
Between quantities of 20 to 5,000 boards a year. For throughput, it can populate, in its current form shown here, about 500 to 800 parts per hour.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. For a lot of people, that's enough. Obviously, a very expensive machine can populate upwards of 80,000 parts per hour, but
what are we looking at price-wise?
The Lumen PMP sells the full kit for $17.50 on Opulo.io. It comes in a couple different parts that bolt together really quick so that you can get up and running boards immediately, and be it in your kitchen, your workshop, your office, your startup, your garage.
Amber will kill me if I put one of these in the kitchen.
I don't know.
She'll kill me.
It works with lead-free solder.
Nobody likes lead-free solder. Nobody.
We like it.
Why? You all also use FreeCAD, okay? So.
We're weird, okay? And another important thing I need to mention about the Lumen PMP is it's a true RepRap. What's awesome about this machine is that it works well enough that we can use it on our own production lines. So the Lumen So the Lumen PMP, we have 4 of them, and it actually populates its own motherboard. So every Lumen PMP sold on Opulo.io is actually built by a Lumen PMP.
Wait a minute. Which came first?
The tweezers.
And I love this. This one's already got the solder paste on it, so I'm going to be a little bit kind to it.
Yeah.
But these boards are absolutely awesome. Oh, it even says on the back, OSHW handout. So it's their open source hardware handout. I love that. Yeah, this is really cool. It's been a lot of fun
working on this project. There's some amazing collaborators on the team.
Yeah.
Everyone who's made a PR, we couldn't have done it without them. You can find out more by going to Opulo.io.
The team want to come in and say hi?
Even get over
here.
Come
on, guys. Come in and say hi. Come in and say hi.
I can also show reflowing it, too, because we're only half done. We can put it in the oven. So that's
you mean the toaster?
It's in the oven.
I do see some probes going into it. What do you...
It's heavily modded. This is my mom's old toaster oven.
Does she know about that?
She does. She said, Steven, if I give this to you, you have to promise me that you only use it for food. And I said, I can't promise you that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And we modified it to be a reflow oven. So once all the parts are placed onto the board, you need to get the solder paste hot to turn it into molten metal to actually solder them on.
Yeah.
But you need to put that through a very specific temperature profile. You can't just bring it to some temperature and then let it cool down. You have to follow all these very specific temperatures. So this little box that we put on the side is made by Sion, the Unexpected Maker. It's a great kit to modify a toaster oven and do this.
Open source?
Totally open source.
Of course it is.
And it will turn your toaster oven into a reflow oven and put it all through the process.
Now, can I just add that to my toaster oven to actually make it have reasonable temperature to bake cookies better?
No, actually, it would legitimately be a lot better if you had that.
It would be a step up.
It would be a step up.
It's like sous vide for toast.
Yeah.
I love sous vide. Man, I will never make a steak any other way anymore.
So now the board is done.
Yeah.
And we can just drop it into the oven, nice and careful, and then we're just gonna hit reflow. and now it's going to heat up and it's going to follow this purple temperature profile and make sure that all the solder paste totally turns to molten metal and our board is soldered correctly.
Yeah, no, that's badass. You know what I like about it? You're not even trying to hide the jankness of this.
Yeah.
This is pretty jank.
Well, it is, and you know what's a bummer is this is the best current solution for reflow ovens. Like, you can get like a $400 one, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
The reason that everyone uses these is because this is the best thing out there right now.
You can literally go to any thrift store and pick up multiples of them for less than $20
Exactly.
each.
This toaster has literally made every board we've ever sold.
And it's way better than the $500 one we bought to do the same thing. So there's space for growth in that space for sure.
If it's jank and it works, it is not jank.
jank.
There
Yes.
it is. There it is. Now you got one that's done.
Yep.
You did a little Rachel Ray for me. So how's that work?
Pre-baked. So this actually doesn't even have a connector on it. We just made the PCB so that it's thin enough so it can go inside a USB-C cable itself.
Of course it's USB-C.
And then it's a little demo. It just lights up just so we can show how the whole thing works. But yeah, it's a little open source hardware logo and lights up green.
Love it.
Yeah.
Guys, this is a really awesome project that you're working on here. I've been following it since it was a different name, since before you all were big. I've been following it for a minute, and Lucian's a great guy. I know him for a couple of years now, and this thing it's game-changing to me. But I also understand the value that it provides. To those that don't understand the value, what is like a value statement for why they should use this rather than doing it the old school way with the tweezers?
If you value your time and your weekends, and you need to make some moderate amount of boards, the reason I started this project was because I had a tiny Kickstarter where I had to solder 3,000 components by hand in 2 months, and I lost all my nights and weekends. I tried to contract them out. It totally made the project not feasible anymore. It was too expensive.
Right. Yeah.
And there was no good solution. So for people that are either just breaking up into, I need a better way to make my boards, or the people that are spending an arm and a leg on getting their boards made and they want to take it in-house, also taking control of their quality control and not expecting that someone else is going to do it for them.
Right.
This is the way to do it.
Well, this sounds like it makes iteration easy. As we know, there's some issues with getting silicon right now.
Yes,
You know,
there
not
are.
silicone, that's different. You can get that easily. Silicon being chips and all that, kind of tough to get.
It
That
is.
means even here at 3D Musketeers, we do product development. We are not taking on projects involving circuit boards anymore.
Yeah.
Not for the foreseeable future, because retooling is a bitch.
Yeah.
But if you've got the machine to do all of it here, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, so having SMT in-house lets you respond really quickly to part shortages and stockouts. You can have new boards in from your PCB fab house within a couple days, new parts that are available from DigiKey that same week, and immediately respond to a part that you depended on going out of stock. It couldn't be better. It helps break reliance on overseas supply chains. It helps give people that peace of mind that they can keep making their circuit boards in a crisis.
I mean, that has literally been the big thing in all the manufacturing, right? Supply chain. And for less than $2,000, all in, you're telling me that I can solve that on not a mass scale, right? It's not mass scale. But if I need to make, 3,000 boards, I'm gonna save myself the headache and going bald.
Yeah, certainly not.
I want to have my head shaved for charity. I don't want to lose it because I'm frustrated all the damn time. I love this. I'm so glad to finally see it in person.
I'm glad to show you.
Is that the board?
Yeah.
Wait, this is your motherboard.
This is the controller,
That
This is our open source motion controller for the Lumen PMP. It runs on Marlin with an STM32. It has built-in vacuum sensing, USB Type-B, all the auxiliary breakout you could ask for, support for TMC T209 stepper drivers with sensorless homing, all the bells and whistles you could ever hope for a pick-and-place board. This is a board meant exactly for pick-and-place by Opulo and for the Lumen PMP. And anyone else who hopes to use it, we try our best to set the standards for SMT technology.
Well, it's fully open source, so if I want to build something different, I can do it.
Yeah, go for it. Please do. We'd love to see it.
I'm not that cool, sorry. No, it won't be me. It won't be me. It'll be one of you guys doing something cooler. We have electrical engineers that do the circuit board stuff. We call them the Circuiteers. Guys, this has been awesome.
Thanks,
Lucian, thank you so much. And thank you guys.
Steven.
You are Bryce?
Yep.
All right, awesome. Guys, we're going to continue more with ERRF 2022 content day 2. Get subscribed. We'll see you in the next one. Day 2 of the East Coast RepRap Festival 2022 continues with my good buddy Adam. Now, you might recognize the fact that Adam is in red. And it is not just because he likes Lionel Richie. It is because he's a burner. And no, none of the devil's lettuce. He's with the light burn team.
I'm in the stealth light burn today.
Stealth light
shirt,
burn.
but without the logo.
But you, sir, have built what is only classified as an absolute unit of a 3D printer. There is not enough C's that I can put on this to describe how thick this bad girl is. Talk to myself and the studio audience about this monster.
So this is Rancor. She weighs a stout 70 kilograms, fully loaded.
Yeah, I see you got your crate down here.
The crate actually weighs about twice that by itself. As my good buddy Joe Spanier told me, you could have used 1/4-inch ply.
Well, you want to flex on them haters with all your retirement money, with all this plywood.
Yeah, this is my retirement plan.
Look at the 2x4s. There's like $300 of 2x4s on here. Current pricing, of course.
Yeah, it's got about 30 kilos of aluminum extrusion in here. Heavy-duty frame, over 45 milled aluminum components.
Yeah, I can see it.
They're all milled on the milled crate CNC, also made by Joe Spanier, who I work with. They're all 1/4-inch aluminum tooling plate.
Yep.
So pretty much, if it could be made out of that, it is made out of that. There's, I think, a total of 10 actual printed components. They're all atomic CFP TG.
As is tradition.
Just only where necessary.
Only where necessary.
In the bare minimum. It's got 2 tools on it. It's Cartesian IDEX.
Okay.
But the tools are actually swappable. It's 3 bolts to hold them in. You can pop them off. Just disconnect with the little 14-pin connector there. Pop on a new one. So like right now I'm running a 1.8 millimeter CHT. No, that's not a typo. 1.8. It's printing some thick noodly bits.
Yeah.
Right
now,
here.
Let's ignore the fact that the bridging is a little rough here.
No. These are curtains. They're privacy curtains. They're just pulled up.
Take a look at the bottom side of it though. That's damn good bridging.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad.
For a 1.8.
But yeah, but then also, if I want to go a little bit more detailed, I can print stuff like this. These are 0.4 millimeter Revos. Took about 2 days.
Yeah.
And about 1,400 tool changes.
Of course.
But since it's not kind of the newer tool changer style, it's just in and out with each of the tools. No big deal.
And is that a pin to probe that I see?
It is a super pin to probe.
Okay. Hey, if it works, it works, right?
It works. And the kinematics in it for the Z-axis are inspired by the Railcore. It's actually a lot of Railcore parts.
Right.
For it, all Mandala Rose works, kinematics and tri-point leveling and all of that.
As one does.
Fun stuff. 1 or 1.2 Newton meter motors on all axes because it's heavy.
It is, but you also said, if we're going to build it, let's build it big.
Yes.
And why not? And you even put the...
the little Knight Rider thing.
Yeah, I was going to say kit, but Knight Rider's better.
Yeah, Knight Rider, Cylon, whatever.
Not just one screen. No. He wasn't good with one. He's got to have the interface and then the raw G code just so he can confuse people.
It's not confusing. I natively read G code. It's fine.
I mean, that's fair. It doesn't surprise me. See, it's not sunglasses you see on the back of his head. It's a USB interface. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's what the USB port up here is for, I figured.
Yeah, I just plug right into it.
That's how we recharge, right? That's the only reason we're here today.
Yeah, exactly.
But you've made some really amazing prints as well. This thing is huge.
Yep, this is Gandalf. If you go over to the E3D booth, you'll see the pink version of this, which I call Gandalf the Fabulous. This was a 6-day print, also with a 0.4 millimeter Revo.
How much material?
1.8 kilos.
1.8 kilos. Woo! Is that a Phaetus sculpt? Who did that?
Yeah, it's Phaetus.
Of course it's Phaetus.
Obviously.
Yeah. Dude, this thing is insane, and
thank you.
I've watched you build this.
Yeah.
And I remember when you were building the crate, and I said the same thing about, look at you, Mr. Moneybags, and your 2x4s, but, I mean, it's all fluorescent acrylic. You can see everything. You didn't even try to hide the shame. You just went, I'm going to actually care about my wiring. Yeah.
I mean, I even purchased a heat shrink tubing labeler so that they would be nice.
Of course you did. Hey, but you know what? If it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Well, Adam, how long have we been talking online?
A couple years now.
Year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah, something like that.
And I'm finally glad to meet you in person.
You too.
So this has been amazing for me. And I hope you guys are enjoying it out there. This is Project Rancor by Adam Haile.
Yep.
with light burn, but also not with light burn. This is a personal project, but he's a burner, and he's awesome. We talked about this. If you don't use light burn, fix that as long as it's a laser cutter. Because damn it, honestly, they do not pay me. I pay for my light burn subscriptions. It's worth it. Where can everybody find you? Where are you on the socials?
Twitter, Threadmaker Adam on Twitter, over there. Also on GitHub, but that one's Adam M. Haile on GitHub. And all the details, all the fusion models for this are on there. Well,
we'll
mostly,
link to it in the description.
Mostly just the fusion models. I didn't make a build guide or anything, because honestly I don't think anyone should build it. It's taken too much of my life.
But you're glad that it's here and working.
Oh, absolutely.
Which, that's the funny thing, right? A lot of people brought printers here, but a lot of them have had issues with their printers. Yours is so big, I'm surprised it doesn't have its own gravitational field.
Oh, it does. It's just very small.
Well, technically that is correct, which, of course, is the best kind of correct. Thank you very much. Adam, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for letting us take a look at Project Rancor here.
No problem.
I'm excited to see what else you build, because you really can't go smaller now.
Oh, I can, and I think I must.
Keep an eye out. This is going to be awesome. ERRF 2022 Day 2 coverage continues. We are at the Phaetus Drop Effect booth. I got my buddy Max here, and we got some thick acrylic here, okay?
Yeah, proper acrylic.
But, okay, we don't really care about the acrylic. We care about what's hanging out on it.
Yes.
Got some Phaetus hot ends. Talk to me.
Exactly.
I don't know much about them.
So, Phaetus hot ends have the positive aspect that they try to attach it to different kind of printers and achieve a high quality extrusion. And we achieve this by using bimetallic heat breaks. We have attachment, for instance, the BMS works very well with the Creality. It's a drop-in replacement, but then we have the BMO, which is often used on the V0, for instance, which comes with the V0 kit from LDO. We have the Rapido line of hot ends that are aimed for high flow and have a small surface area. They're really like small and compact. We have then basically Tai Chi hot end is a 2-in, 1-out system. So as you can see, they're all these hot ends have their own kind of niche or idea to attach a different kind of products on the market.
I see everything from groove mounts to your regular Bowden's. These are Creality drop-ins.
Yeah, exactly. Directly, right? Those 2 screws that go in directly from the top.
And then all the way to the weird stuff.
So they're all different mounting options. For instance, like the rigid mounting options here on the UHF, the Dragon UHF that came out quite recently. The same one actually exists on the Rapido. A lot of people don't know that, but this groove mount is detachable. Those 2 screws go away, and you have the same mounting pattern here as the UHF. And then, as we already mentioned, the Tai Chi 2-in, 1-out system for multicolor mainly. There are newer products coming to market, which are cooperation between Phaetus and Drop Effect. So we merged this year. Our main aim is to actually make new products with new ideas, new approaches that involve extruders and hot ends, and we have different also solutions for that. So the Omnia Drop was originally a product made from Drop Effect for highly flexible materials. It can print multiple materials, but it can actually also print highly flexible materials very, very reliably. That's why it was made. That's basically this product right here. It has a very short filament path.
Yeah.
And that's basically the main research we did at Drop Effect. And Phaetus became interested in it because they wanted to advance their product line as well. You know, they want to do a next step. And what came out of it is actually also a new hot end.
It's the cutest little thing you ever did dare see. Okay?
It is.
It's absolutely positively adorable. Does this weigh like 20 grams?
No, it weighs 40 grams without the cables and everything. It seems lighter. We could have built it even lighter, but we wanted to use high quality materials like the copper heat sink, which is heavy. Copper is heavy. We could have used aluminium. But we decided to use the highest quality materials we can have for the best thermal performance, and that was the aim with that kind of hot end. It has a new mounting system because it uses kinematic coupling. It's super rigid. That thing, if you crash it into your bed, everything around it will break, but that thing will stay, intact without any issues.
Is that a challenge?
try it. Yeah, so it has really good thermal performance. It has a new kind of, the nozzle becomes the whole melt chamber instead of having, you know, a bimetallic heat break going into the hot zone. We wanted the nozzle to be the complete melt chamber. And so it has all these different features, multiple mounting options, so much to talk about that we don't want to, you know, get too far. So trust me, this product is really awesome.
I trust you.
And then obviously the Apex extruder, which we've seen before. The Apex extruder has a new kind of hot end mounting options, because you move that one, there's a step file available, you change it, you can attach different kind of hot ends to it, just plug it in there, and then attach those 2 screws back in.
And you're done, you've swapped it.
And then swapped it.
Damn.
So it's then swapped it. You have this mounting option right here, remove those 2 screws, and this one right here, this aluminium piece comes off, attach it to your rail, and then bolt it on, and your hot extruder is bolted onto your system. If you remove then basically your hot end with those 2 screws, remove this one right there, there's a little thumb screw for the dual drive gear system, you have access to the whole filament path, as
Very
you can
nice.
see.
Very nice.
Easy to declog if something goes wrong, you know. 6-to-1 gear ratio, all made of aluminium, act as a heat sink for the motor.
Yep.
That means the motor can push a bit more current without getting too hot as well. So, and obviously what we always want to have is a manual wheel for loading and unloading your filament, you know.
Very true, very
true. And yeah, so this is basically the main it comes out in November. We hope people are gonna like it and enjoy it and see the multifacets of it.
Is there pricing available on that yet?
Not yet, not as far as I'm aware.
Soon, TM.
Yeah, exactly. We have to wait just a couple of weeks until we know what the price is on that one.
What are we kind of looking at, you know, generalized pricing here on the table?
Yeah, so it's more in the high-end range because we use also high-end, you know, materials.
Yeah, I like this one. What are we looking
that's
at?
$99.
$100, okay.
Yeah, $100 basically. We have resellers in the US for this. And Dragonflies anywhere between, like, depending on the reseller a bit, like, you know, about $70 I think it was.
Not too bad.
Yeah,
not too
you know,
bad.
all that prices are about $70. You know, the Rapidos are a bit more expensive, also in the range of between $100 and $120. The UHF there as well, so they're a bit more highly priced. But that's due to basically the difficulty of manufacturing, the materials we choose to use, and you know, we don't need to be the 20th cheap manufacturer of hot ends on the market. You know,
That's what I appreciate. I'm kind of tired of a lot of cheap crap coming on the market. I want value.
Yeah.
And value does not necessarily have to be cheap.
No, it can't be. It's that's the difficulty that we have.
Companies are trying.
Yeah, companies are trying, but I wouldn't downplay like the cheap companies that manufacture cheap products, because there are students out there that want to start with 3D printing. They're on the budget.
That's fair.
They need to, you know, work on it, but you know, you can expect from our products, you know, reliability, and that's what you're paying basically for.
Oh, and you guys have had a pretty popular booth this weekend because we've got authentic from Amsterdam Stroop waffles.
Yeah, we do.
And we've got Jean Chon from, you know,
John from Proper Printing, you know. Yeah, he wanted to be here to. We talked to each other and said, like, come on, bring it over and bring Stroop waffles with you so people can enjoy a bit, like, you know.
Jean's been a glorified lunch assistant all day, I see, handing out the good food.
Yes, he's
Stroop
been
waffles for life,
yeah,
of course.
man. And yeah, we wanted to bring out something, you know, from Europe so people can enjoy it as well. Not only our products, but also something nice to eat and have, you know, something to eat while we talk about our products.
Well, Max, thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed the chat. Let me take a look at everything.
Yes.
And we might be looking out for some Phaetus stuff on the channel coming soon. So
yes,
stay
definitely.
tuned. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man.
Look forward to checking out your stuff soon. And of course, links to Phaetus and Drop Tech will be in the description down below. So click those links, take a look at them. You probably already know who they are and what they do. But if you don't, go click those links, take a look. Let's head to the next booth. We are back with more coverage of ERRF 2022 Day 2, and finally, my good friend Ellie. I finally get to meet you in person.
Right. 3 years.
No, I'm giving you a hug. Get over here. Get over here.
Well, not as good as
No,
in person.
it is not good enough as coming to see you. Now, we spent a little time in Philadelphia the other day, and I'm sorry, it was real rough. I got yelled at so many times. Apparently,
Were you doing dumb things?
stop signs don't mean stop, I guess.
Yeah, there's yields.
I didn't know, all right? The Floridian in me is like, oh, we're gonna stop. But This has got to be one of the sweetest booths. And now you are across from the Phaetus booth with Stroop waffles, but those are not 3D printed.
No, they're not.
What is Cocoa Press? Tell the folks at home. Talk to me about what you do here.
Sure. Okay, so Cocoa Press is a 3D printer that prints chocolate. And what 3D printing chocolate allows you to do is two things. It allows you to create personalized things without the use of a mold. And it also allows you to create interesting textures that can't be made any other way. So not only can you make things more easily and less expensive than you could otherwise if you're personalizing them, you can now do something that it's unique. There's no other way to make it except for additive manufacturing.
Right. And the failures and even the successes have never tasted so sweet.
Did you stick my chocolate? This is our new printer. It is built based off of the V0.1. We worked with Max, the founder of the Voron project, on it, and it just works. It prints so much better than our past examples. It's a huge upgrade from the previous printers that we've shown off. And
in fact, you've got an example here.
Yeah, so we did this just about an hour ago.
Yeah.
And this is the E3D Buggy, the new model they just released on printables. And the old printer is this side. And the new printer, we can do overhangs and stuff now on the other side.
That's old and busted and new hotness.
It is. So I'm really excited about this new one. We're hoping it's going to be available this spring in a kit aiming for $1,500, and we'll see.
I have no valid need for a chocolate printer, but I will be putting a down payment on one because
yes,
I just want one. Now, what I need is I need a chocolate belt printer so I can reenact the I Love Lucy scene. This is great. This is a great start. And for those of you that have a business where you are a confectioner, chocolatier, I don't know the proper term, Ellie probably does, and you want to do custom things, and you want to provide one-off pieces or, small little runs of custom parts, Cocoa Press is the way to do it. Recently featured on Linus Tech Tips, but that was this big old girl back here, and now we got, the new version, if you will. I am really excited because
thank you.
I've watched this development obviously for years. We've been talking for years, hanging out on the Friday call. Shout out to Matt's Friday call. This thing is way cooler than the photos. It looks way more awesome in person, and boy howdy does it taste good.
Have I shown you the hinge? The whole extruder hinges.
Wait a minute. Whoa, okay.
Haven't shown this part off yet.
Oh, it's exclusive.
This is a 3D Musketeers exclusive.
And is this a multi-material printed or MMU print?
Yep, that's on the palette on a Prusa.
Nice.
And had to do something fun for the branding,
That is. Now, where can everybody find you?
Go to cocopress.com. Follow us on social media: Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and
you got a pretty kickin' TikTok, honestly.
Thank you.
You had some videos
I'm
go
at
viral
55K followers, so I'm getting there.
I think we're at like 500.
Do you want to see the old prototypes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this was the original printer. In 2014, I started it. A lot of the internals, anything that actually worked on here, was from 2017. Showed it off at 2017 and 2018 New York Maker Faire. And it's kind of where it started. I hand soldered circuits for it. I did crazy stuff to make it work with pneumatics. This is back in the days of the ramps board and all of that. That's what this is running.
Old school.
And it's just come so far.
Yeah.
Even just from a few months ago, we had this printer, which is literally a V0.1, and threw our extruder on it. But now we have a whole thing designed for chocolate, still based on the Voron stuff. So it's come a long way in 8 years, but I enjoy having the old prototypes here to kind of show it off.
And this is the big Chungus that you've previously had. It's actually running as well.
Yep, so this is the big printer that was on Linus Tech Tips and some other places. We sold a few of these, but ultimately it is overkill for what we need to do. We worked on new chocolate formulations, and we can now print without a fully enclosed cooling system. So it's gotten better.
And honestly, the best failures out there.
It's your snack. You're frustrated.
Yeah.
Your print failed. Well, you eat it.
I don't know if I can ever feature Cocoa Press print fails on Print Fix Friday because I don't want to fix them. I just want to eat them.
That's a fix.
Ellie, thank you so much.
Of course.
Links, of course, in that description down below. Go click them. Go follow Ellie. And, check out the kicks.
Oh yeah, they're 3D printed too. Adidas 4D carbon 3D printed shoes.
Yeah. There's quite a few of y'all walking around. It's the first time I remember to talk about the shoes. Thank you, Amber. Appreciate it. Amber's our lovely camera lady. She's like, the shoes. Ellie, seriously, thank you.
Awesome.
This is awesome. I'm so glad to finally meet you.
I know, right?
This is really, really cool. Seriously, guys, check out Cocoa Press. Don't be sleeping on the chocolate. And I honestly don't even care if you have a target market or not for this. You need one. Straight up, follow Ellie. We'll see you guys later.
See ya.
On to the next one. ERRF 2022 Day 2 coverage continues. We are at the LDO Motors booth. I'm surrounded by Vorons. We got a positron over there, but more importantly, we got a Jason. Y'all know Jason. If you follow Twitter, you follow LDO, you know Jason.
Yeah.
You're always on Twitter, hanging out,
sure.
interacting with the community, man.
Yeah.
You are doing awesome things.
Yeah, that's our pleasure to help everyone in the community. And yeah, we LDO Motors, we mainly for step motors.
Yep.
Go on to different 3D print like Prusa. We almost ship like 2 million step motors to Prusa
2
in last
million.
5 years. Yes, 2 million. They do a lot of 3D
crap.
print. Yeah.
Well, let's think about that because there are 3 stepper motors per Prusa.
5.
5?
Yeah.
See, this is, that's right. 2 for the Z. There's 5 total. So this is why he does the motors and I
Yeah,
don't.
2Z, 2XY, and 1 extruder. So 5 motors per print.
5 motors, 2 million. What's that?
Yeah.
200,000 printers, basically, something like that.
Something. Yeah.
bad with math.
No, it's like 20 or something.
It's a lot.
No. Yeah, it's anyway, it's like a lot, and
It's innumerable. We have no
yeah.
clue.
Yeah, we also work with like foam labels for the raising machine, cure machine.
Yep.
And also loose board jump to our step motors, change from other supplier from like 2 years ago, and we work with more 3D print company, try to supply good motors to them. Even Mozica in Canada try to use our step motors to their new printers. Yes, the most important, we work with like different open source project. Like Voron is the most popular one.
Oh yeah, you guys are big
And
Voron.
yeah. We have Voron 0, Voron 2.4, and this is a Trident. Unfortunately, we can't ship more, but you walk around, you will easily find the different Voron machines.
With the Voron Revos as well.
Yeah, this is
Wait a
Voron
minute.
Revos. And
These are
we make,
yours.
Yeah, we make our color. So this should be LDO, like we work with E3D.
I like this blue.
Yeah,
I like this
LDO blue or something.
Our blues are very
Yeah.
similar, so I dig it.
Yeah. After Voron, we also have like positron. Like this is a printer that could be put in a filament box, so that's easy to carry on your backpack. And if you go out to work to show, just put on your backpack to print it. Yes, we also work with other open source like Orbit extruder. Yeah, it's a lightweight extruder, but still have strong force.
Yep.
Well, worked with like PETG soft material pretty good. Cause we have stainless tuber to hold the filament, so it could get filament very easy and not like stuck on.
Right.
Yeah, they have a small tuber. We call the filament guide. Yeah.
The Orbiter's been on my list of extruders to play with.
Sure. You should get one to try. Yeah, and we also work with other open source projects like Real Cause,
Yep.
Bear Upgrade. We have a Bear Upgrade. So what Bear Upgrade was, it's a printer upgrade the extrusion frame from Prusa Mark 3 or Mark 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like work more steady, and we also have different colors too.
Right, I like the colors.
Yeah, you like
I like
color.
colors.
To make the life more colorful.
Hey man, I'm all about
Yeah,
it.
that's what LDO. And we mainly focus on the step motors manufacturer. We also have different other motors, but yeah, we work with community closely, try to help more.
You guys are really doing a lot in the community. I
Yeah.
see so many people running LDO kits, and I said, until LDO makes a kit I don't want to do the positron because I'm scared I'm going to screw it up.
Yeah.
But when LDO makes a kit,
Yeah.
you know it's basically going to work. The LDO
Yeah.
Voron kits come with basically everything you need
Yeah.
to get a Voron put together. It is something that I've really wanted to do. I got to end up doing one here pretty soon on the channel.
Sure.
I just don't know if I want to do little baby or if I want to do, you know, a big boy.
You should do this one.
Yeah.
It's cute, but it's a little walking horse. You know, steel core XY, pretty
Yeah.
fast, running very fast, and print this cube like 25 minutes.
pretty good.
Oh yes, this is LDO. We call it LDO Steppy. It's like a stuff, and you can put the chain hang on.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a.
There you go.
Yeah.
Little swag, but you're
Yeah.
making it right
Yeah,
here
yeah.
for the people.
Yeah.
What is the future of LDO right now? What's coming out?
I think we still working some new project. Like we work the closed loop step motors and even
Loving
like
the closed
building controllers. And we work with Dilworth 3D for some stuff, and also work with other 3D print company for new project. You know, we mainly work with open source project in a 3D print company. So maybe next one is the positron kit. Next, we are aiming at next spring to put the kit in the marketing.
I will be building one of those for sure.
Yeah. So we will have the kit and like assembled one, just fold down to put in the box to sell.
Love that.
Yeah, and we are still in prototype period.
There's time.
And we will need some time to finish more samples and send it to positron team to approve. And then we put it into production.
I'm really excited, especially for closed loops. I really want to start playing with closed loop
let
steppers.
me grab the closed loop.
Yeah.
So this is pretty common closed loop step motors with the step motor on and encoder here.
It's got a Hall effect
Yeah.
sensor that registers positioning.
Yeah, and we are also trying to work on something like this with the brake on. So if for the large 3D printer that have a heavy bed, so you can break it and encode on. This is a planetary gearbox for some other industry if you need like large force.
High torque.
High torque. And we also have, this is another production we
That's
built.
a nice
like,
one.
Yeah, we call the Ready DC server mode building, controller building, encoder. It's mostly like goes to automatic machine like robot or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where you need accurate, repeatable every single time.
Yeah. That's true.
Jason, I'm excited.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot online.
Yeah.
I have a project that I'm sending to you. We're going to try
Sure.
to be outsourcing a project,
Yeah.
some milling over to LDO. So we'll see if
nice.
that works out.
Yeah.
It's a heater and filter
Yes.
combination we're working on
Got
called
it.
The Politician.
Got it.
Yeah.
I think we can work together. Yeah.
I think we're going to have some fun. Hopefully we got more content coming in collaboration with LDO soon
Sure.
because you guys really do make some awesome stuff. And honestly,
Nice.
you know if it comes from LDO, it's going to be good. Well, Jason,
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time,
Thank you.
man.
Thank you for your time too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll see you later.
See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On to the
Bye.
next booth. Let's go. ERRF 2022 Day 2 coverage continues at the booth you all knew that we weren't going to miss. We got my buddy Mickey over here. We're hanging out at the Prusa booth. There's a lot to see here. Talk to me about what's going on, what you guys got, what you brought. There's something a little large hanging out over here.
There's something large doing tool changes all the
Extra,
time. And
extra large maybe.
it's looking at us with its light under the nozzle, and it's gonna do tool change anytime soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The brand head has the new extruder, the planetary.
The next extruder, right?
Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah. So all 5 of them are upgraded, and that's where we're printing some little vase with 2 colors. And we have the usual suspects. We have the multi-material.
Oh yeah.
We have the trusty Mark III. We have the Mini.
Then the SL one on the other table.
We have the SL, we have all the Prusa and
Oh yeah, that's
things.
the colors right there.
Oh, one thing I like.
Stickers.
We have the vinyl printable stickers.
Oh, yeah.
I really like printables, if you cannot tell.
Definitely don't have a printables banner that's going up on the set.
Oh, you definitely didn't take it from the party yesterday.
I was told that I could.
We have the enclosure right over there.
I do.
Should we check it out?
I want to see this tool change
This
first.
tool- okay, let's check that out. It's going.
It's like I.
It's like 10 times faster than a few weeks ago, the tool change. We really.
That's faster than even an MMU or anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
that's so fast.
It's really fast now. People keep asking about this little box on the back. So we used to have big wipe towers. Now we really shrunk it out. It's like little priming tower.
Yep.
Just so we have some laminar flow through the nozzle, some fresh melted filament in the nozzle before we start printing. We're making it even smaller and smaller, but I think it's pretty tiny by now.
I mean, honestly, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of material being flown, in the part, very little in the purge, and that's really what we want to see.
Yeah, and it's the little things like this spool holder, and it can expand to, hold 2 kilo spools. Because
Is that a 2 kilo spool holder in your pocket? You're just happy to see me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because this thing chews through filament quite quickly. If you watch the time lapse, it's always like, oh, here's a fresh spool, and it's gone.
I'm excited for this. It's my first time ever seeing the XL in person, and
Yeah.
the ability for multi-material, and I'm talking carbon fiber, nylon, soluble support, PLA, all in the same print, blows my mind, and I'm excited for it.
I'm looking forward to what the community will make as far as like different tool heads. I bet it will be some crazy things like heat-set inserters, or
Is that
some.
going to be an open thing for the community to do?
I mean, even if he didn't open it, I'm sure people would hack it. But I mean, I
That's fair.
see no reason why not to open it. So it will be interesting to see what will happen in this regard.
I dig that, man. Yeah, let's go saunter over to the enclosure. Let's take a look. We got the brand new enclosure, and yeah, it's strong, real strong. Wait, well, hold on. Is this a lock?
Yeah, this one is decked out with all the different add-ons that
Dude.
we had for launch. So there's this little electronic box, and you can turn on the lights. There's a custom.
Fancy.
Oh, look at that! We could just buy an LED strip, but that's lame. So we designed our own custom LED PCB.
Is that RGB LEDs in there too?
They are, yes, indeed.
As is tradition.
So it's all prepared for RGB. So even though it's not using it at the moment, it's all connected and ready for that. And then you have the fan on the back, the filtration system.
Okay, I see it.
And we had some external company do measuring of like VOCs and little particles. And yeah, it's really interesting. I think we'll maybe be able to do some smart, like it will be off so it doesn't make any noise, and
Right.
then just before the print finishes, or maybe before you open the door, you will do like a really rapid ventilation through the filter that will, I don't know, just clean the air a little bit.
Well, things like ABS and ASA, you need it. It's needed.
Yeah, that's right. And check this. Ta-da!
Well, hold the phone here. It's got a hinge top.
Yeah, so it's 3D printed partially, so
Of course.
people make million mods, but we make our own mods. So this is the mod for convenient access for the MMU. And
Okay.
also the nice thing is that now we can see the fire suppression system.
Yep.
So this thing has no electronics, it's purely mechanical. If there's a fire inside, it will explode. The volume is calculated exactly so it doesn't turn the enclosure into a grenade. So it just fills the inside, exhausts everything. By the way, we tried to set this thing on fire and we just couldn't do it. So in the end, to test the fire suppression system, we just had to pour some gasoline.
I was gonna say, I got gas. We can make it happen.
Yeah, but it was surprisingly difficult to lit this thing on fire.
Well, and speaking of, there's a brand new firmware that just came out in beta for the Mark III's that covers that problem,
That's
doesn't
right.
it?
It's really smart, yeah. So we had the mint temps, thermal runaways, and all that that's
Yeah.
in Marlin. But what we did is like we have a model of how it should behave thermally, and the printer knows that. So if it starts pumping power somewhere and it doesn't see rise that's proportional to the amount of power it's putting there, it knows that something is weird, and it will not do just like mint and max temp and ruin your print. It will pause the print, it will tell you there was a thermal anomaly, something is rather strange, and you can go check it out, and maybe your coworker just opened the window and like a cold air rushed across your printer, so it's fine and you can continue. But if something, like if you have a semi-broken thermistor and it's going on and off in a weird way, this will catch it, and you can just deal with that. So it's really nice to have these extra features, extra safety.
I wish I'd known about this when I started building my print farm. I've been adopting the metal racking systems, but you can stack these and build your own little condominiums of Prusas.
Sure, of course. Then you can't hinge it then, but this is like an optional upgrade. But it will be, I think, pretty nice if you have like 2.
Yeah, and it is metal.
3.
This is not printed. This is metal.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. It's very solid, and I love the galaxy black, the sparkles in the metal.
It's needed. Yeah. Got to get the sparkles in there.
It makes the printing faster and everything better. Just like RGB.
Yeah, and red's the fastest color. We know this because
that's true.
Ferraris wouldn't be red otherwise.
It's the law. The red is the fastest color. Yes.
We got the SL1S over here.
Yes.
A printer that I am slowly becoming acquainted with. We have a local customer.
Are you?
Who bought one, and he's learning.
Yeah.
And I'm helping, which means I get to play with it.
That's nice.
Because I don't own one. And
it's the speed is interesting because you don't think about what it changes until you have it, and you realize that you can do 2 or 3 batches in a workday instead of 1 and then starting the next one over the night. So it really is incredible how fast you can get something in your hands.
Even when you compare it to FDM on the Mark III's,
that's right.
You end up with so much more speed.
Yeah.
Where you can do your rough prototyping here, where it's like, okay, we just need it to work. We need it to verify fitment. Then we can make it out of PC blend.
Yes.
In the Mark III's overnight and get our strength where we need it.
We have some new resins on the way. I don't know how much I can leak, probably nothing, but new resins, yes. So this is not it. This is just our standard resin. But I mean not new colors, but like actually new polymers on the way. So that will be nice.
That's good because it's of course an open material system.
Yes.
So even if I don't have an SL1S, but I want to use the resin, I can buy the resin. It's totally fine. It's kosher. It's toxic. Resin is toxic. We know this.
Yes.
Yeah.
But ours is that's a bold claim, the least toxic. But we really tried hard to, everyone adds the like bisphenol A and all these things that make the gray stable and the colors nice and everything. But it's super toxic. So we spent a long time developing colors that are stable and look nice. Without this thing, it's the reason why we don't have a nice gray, because we were so far just not able to make nice stable gray without the nasty stuff, but we are just determined to never put the nasty stuff inside. So
well, here's something to note. There are the warnings right on the bottle. They're not hiding it. They're not making it difficult to find. It's right there. Remember, resin is toxic. But if you treat it right, you know what you're doing, you use a CW1S with your SL1S, you'll be fine. Because it is a fully enclosed system that keeps things good. And that's got a built-in heater where you can preheat the resin, right?
Yeah, you can because resin has like a temperature range where it works the best. So you can just put the bottle in, put the preheat mode, and I mean, speaking actually about the toxicity, we just released like a really in-depth article on the Prusa 3D blog, where we we cultivated organisms and we then put them in the resin and we measured how many survived, how toxic it is. So you can look at all the graphs. I'm not gonna say which resin turned out to be really good, but you might guess which one.
The data is useful, good or bad, the data is useful.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
It's just good to know.
It is. Yeah, it's good to know what we're honest to God working with here, because so few other companies are willing to do these tests because, well, they know what the results are going to be.
Exactly.
So I appreciate you guys being up for that. We'll link to it down in the description below.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to see? Anything else you want to show, I guess, is really the right question.
I don't know. I'm the most passionate about printables right now, so that's my jam.
What's coming on printables? I love printables.
Thank you.
You all are going to see how much I love printables very, very soon.
So one thing that's coming is analytics. So if you upload any stuff, you'll be able to go really deep into the data, like what are people downloading, how it changes in time. For example, it's really funny when we launched the reward systems, my graph of makes is really funny. It's like a make here and there and then suddenly like a huge spike up and it just stayed up. So people are uploading now makes way more. So it's nice.
The reward system has always been great, and I think you guys gamified the right way.
Yeah, it's fun.
I was here, and I had to scan the QR code, which we're not going to show. We had to scan the QR code so I could get that badge. You got to get that badge, because it might be a little bit before I can make it out to another live show. So,
yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Mickey, seriously, thank you.
Yeah.
It's good to finally meet you.
Yeah, it's same. We know each other from the internet, so it's nice to meet in person.
And thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. Stay tuned for more coverage of ERRF 2022 Day 2. ERRF 2022 Day 2 coverage continues. We are at the Wham Bam booth, and I got my buddy Peter, former podcast guest with Cartel episodes. You guys can take a look at it. Hilariously, even though we're in the same state, I've never made the drive over. That's going to change soon. We're going to come over and see your entire shop, even though you did give us a bit of a tour. It was pretty awesome.
Thank you, sir.
You've got some pretty badass products here on display at ERRF 2022. This is new.
Absolutely.
This
Brand
new hot box.
We didn't show this until just now at ERRF.
Let's take a look at it.
This is our resin hot box, and it's made to keep your resin printer in a heat-controlled atmosphere.
Okay.
You could either add a heater to it, or just the heat of your motherboard and your power is going to be heating this up, because rather than having it outside the cover, it's actually inside. For the thermometer right here, let me show you the composition first. For those of you who know our hot boxes, they're a nice thick sandwich of an exterior ballistic nylon, an interior metallic liner, and in between that there's a honeycomb plastic sandwich that gives you the insulation qualities.
Nice, good insulation.
We also have these nice elastic bands that hold up this LED bar with anti-UV coating, so you could actually keep it well lit inside and see your product while it's being printed.
Yep.
Let me pull this down and show you what else we have. Now, instead of lifting off a cover with sticky resin-covered hands,
terrible.
you just pull this up with 2 fingers. There's Velcro up there, and you have full access to your resin printer. This is Elegoo's famous cardboard resin printer.
It has only just now occurred to me that this has been a fake printer the whole damn time.
The whole time, yeah.
I knew the build
when
plate
the
was
window's down,
fake.
you don't see.
I knew the build plate was fake. I did not realize the entire
Isn't that
printer was
funny?
fake. That's great.
Yeah, we just didn't want to ship our printer.
I feel
but
that.
Anyway, we also have a USB extender, so you have a cord over here. If I could grab it, it's going out the back. But it's got a right angle USB head, so you can plug it into your USB outlet on your printer, whether it's on the side or the back, and no more of that, just right in here.
God, that's so good.
Isn't that great?
This is great because I don't have to bother with, like you said, removing the lid, which is the worst part. Because
Exactly.
the problem with current resin printers is that they must go on the top shelf.
It's so terrible.
And this removes that problem. What's the price point we're thinking on this?
These are $89 right now, and it's a pre-order. I mean, it's a great price. Folds down when you don't need it. Let me also show you. There's also, I don't know if you can get down here. Let me open up from the rear so you can see.
Oh, a little
There's
vent
an exhaust port. So if you want to put a filter on there or exhaust it out the back window, you've got it. And when you want to just take it off the whole printer, you just lift it right away. Or you could open from the side. And when you don't need it, let's say you're only using it in the winter months, fold it down flat, put it in the closet, and get to it when you need to.
That's the trick with these hot boxes. Keep the original shipping box because you can fold it back and put it in the shipping
Absolutely.
box.
It's a great
one of
point.
the few times I keep the shipping box.
Yeah.
Also,
I can try to turn this around. It also fits exactly on the Mega Slap Mat. So you have also a place
Yep.
out front to clean your build plate.
That's
And
so
this
nice.
is the cable management, and that's the exhaust port we were talking about. And that's it. It's just a nice, refined, simple product. We've been using it in our labs for the last number of months. It's just amazing. I'm happy that we finally have it out on the market. Here's
I love
another
those.
small new one, the mini slaps. These things are just great. They're handy. You put it under your bottle of resin or underneath your nozzle when you're changing it on an FDM. You don't burn your plate.
Yep.
Keep screws there or put your drinks on it and you got a coaster.
I think they're the coolest damn coasters, honestly.
Yeah. And that's our whole slap mat line. Our hotbox line now has both the regular hotbox, the mega hotbox, and now the new resin hotbox. So we're expanding our lines. We're having fun with it.
We got some build plates over here. Well, these flexible build systems.
Yeah. So our standard flexible build system for resin is still, we were the first, and we still are engineering some of the strongest magnets and flexi plates. But we realized for the very large resin printers, people are building full scale. Like we have some people making molds on them. You're going to get some curling and a lot of pull. So what we did was we created the XTR, and the XTR, let me show this to you, has a really heavy-duty 0.6 flexi plate, and it's got our new composite 3mm magnet, and this thing will take off your finger if you're not careful. I'll let you see that.
Cool. Nope. You got one over here that is interesting to me with this pull here.
And we had a 20-pound weight here. We actually had 40 pounds in the studio.
No.
We brought 20 pounds here to the show, but we gave it away at the closing.
That's pretty damn strong.
And just to show you that there's no glue or tricks, there it is. But you can hang from this if you want to. That's our XTR.
I'm good. I'm going to break something if I try that. Let's take a look at the Mutant.
Sure.
So this is the Mutant. Of course, we've taken a look at this in the past. But you've got a really nice display of all the options for the Mutant.
Yeah, this is our display rack. And it's just showing everybody the possibilities of the Mutant. I mean, let me start out with the simple. You can have the Mutant set up with your standard print heads, have a variety. We usually wind up labeling them because we'll have a 0.4, a 0.6, a 0.8. We can swap different nozzles just by swapping heads.
Right.
And then we've got some really high tech. This is a Bondtech with a slice with a 1.0 nozzle and BL touch sensor.
The whole nine.
The whole nine, yeah, really wonderful. We've got a few of those, few different examples of that. We've got two different lasers. We've got a Creality laser and a Niji, a high-powered Niji 40 watt. Over here we have a cake extruder, pastry extruder by Cakewalk. We've got a ceramic extruder from Italy called Wasp. We made that porcelain
Wasp
vase.
nice.
Yeah, it's really, really nice, beautiful.
Just so many options.
So many options. I mean, it's endless. Some of the things down here are real quickly: a vinyl cutter, a pen plotter to make T-shirts. This is for fabrics. A digital caliper again.
Dial indicator.
Thank you. Oh my God. And lastly, that is an acid resist pen, so you could actually etch PCBs and metal.
And I know we came by a little bit later in the day, so it's kind of calming down a little bit. But it was you all were busy all freaking day.
It was crazy. I lost my voice a long time ago.
Oh yeah, I know. Dude, same. But it's been awesome, Peter. I'm so glad to finally meet you in person. We've talked for what, a year?
We've talked many times.
Yeah. We're gonna link to Wham Bam in the description down below. Remember, use code Musketeers 2022 through the end of the year to get 10% off your order at Wham Bam Solutions. Dude, I am so happy to finally meet you, to see your products.
Same here.
I've got a Mutant. I've messed around with a couple of slap masks before, but I've never messed around with the flexible build systems.
We got to get you set up for that.
It's coming soon.
Good.
Make sure you get subscribed if you guys want to see that. I'm loving it, man. Thank you so much for coming out to the East Coast RepRap Festival. And we got to find a time to come down.
Absolutely.
Like, you're 3.5 hours away. It's not that big of a deal.
We'll do a podcast. Come down and we'll have a fun time.
Oh, no, that would be fun. Do it in person.
Yeah.
Again, Peter, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So much, guys.
Great.
We'll see you all at the next booth. No, get, no. We're here hanging out with Claire at the E3D booth. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Quite tired. It's been a very long couple of days.
It
Fantastic.
really has. It's been a lot of fun, though.
It's been so much fun. Yeah, I haven't had nearly as much time as I would like to. I wish this was a week long, really. There's so many great people and so many great innovations going on right now.
Let's talk about some of those. What's going on in your world, the world of E3D? What's going on in your world with some innovations?
Innovations? Well,
I got a few of them and I might be slipping them in my back pockets.
I don't know which ones I can talk about.
The one on the table.
Okay, let's talk about Obsidian. The most, I feel embarrassed talking about it. The most long-awaited nozzle in history, because literally no one in the world has ever awaited a nozzle before. That's just over 12 months since Sanjay announced it. We've finally got this out on pre-orders and it's going to be shipping in about 3 weeks' time, which is super exciting. So we were able to bring a few here as exclusives for the ERRF team, which was exciting.
You all brought a suitcase full of nozzles, right?
Yeah, we literally did.
Because what happened again?
Well, customs and us are not friends when it comes to shipping a stand across the ocean, apparently.
You'd think it'd be easy, but no. The U.S. has to make everything complicated for you, and on behalf of the United States, I apologize. Not that there's anything that I can do about it.
I'm pretty sure it's probably our fault. Something Brexit, I expect.
You guys had a big booth here. It's a little bit after hours here at ERRF. They're trying to clean up. But I did want to make sure we got you on camera because you guys have been awesome. We had a great time last night at the after party.
We really
And,
did, and it's the first time we've met face to face.
I know.
And I feel like I've known you for so long that I actually wasn't sure if we had met face to face before. But I guess on
We
a
kind
screen
of
it's kind
have,
of the
yeah.
same now,
It's just
right?
there's been a bit of glass or plastic between us always.
Yeah.
So it's like Bubble Boy, but not.
And that's the most wonderful thing about the whole RepRap community, that we're all exactly the same in terms of our excitement about the innovation and the stuff that's going on around us and the opportunities for invention.
I'm loving it personally, and they had lots of Revos on display.
So much Revo.
You've got a micro in your
Got a
hand
micro.
there.
We've announced a couple of collaborations this weekend. I mean, some people already knew about the BQ H2 Revo. We've also got the Micro Swiss.
Oh yeah, we checked that out. We were over at their booth. That was it was so good.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and it's actually had really consistently positive response since it was announced yesterday as well, which I was really pleased about. And obviously, we've been able to give a bit of an introduction to the Sanjay Mortimer Foundation too, and build
You want to talk about
giant
that a little bit?
version of him.
Should we go over there?
Should we?
All right, yeah. Let's. Mr. Mortimer, how do you feel about all of this?
He's loving it.
Oh, he's speechless.
He is absolutely
speechless.
It's so bittersweet, obviously, having him here. The last time, if you're already like an East Coast RepRap Festival fan, you'll remember Sanjay standing in this exact spot 3 years ago, wrapped in Prusa packaging and bouncing up and down.
That's on brand.
It's pretty on brand, right? So I'm kind of happy that this happened here and this build happened here. The ERRF team have also been incredibly generous, and from the proceeds from this event, they've just donated £1,000 to the Sanjay Mortimer Foundation well. The foundation is set up to essentially help neurodiverse individuals to get into 3D printing, engineering, manufacturing, through any means possible, essentially. We're going to be working with collaborators and partners and volunteers worldwide. It's not just a UK thing, going to be on a global spectrum. That's how Sanjay had that unique combination of intelligence and creativity, right? You need to be able to think way outside of the normal bounds of normal thinking.
And the guy was just so friggin' personable. For those that don't remember, almost a year ago, I interviewed Sanjay about a month before he passed, and it sucks I never got to meet him in person, but damn it, I said the same thing that you just said to me. I felt like I knew the man for decades, and I never got the chance to meet him. And that time was so valuable to me because it shows that the passion that you guys are carrying through was inside of him and will always be inside of the team at E3D. It's something that I make note of, that he never said I at any point during the conversation, unless it was like related to the dog or something. It was always we, us, the team, E3D.
I'm glad you noticed that. It was really, really important
teamwork.
to him, absolutely critical to him, that he wasn't the one getting the credit for all of the innovations that the team were doing together.
Yeah.
We've got the most amazing development team back at E3D, and he was so proud of them.
You really do. I met a lot of the team here. We scanned a few of them, so maybe there'll be some B-roll of that. But it has been such a wonderful experience to finally meet you all and put kind of the rest of you together and understand that you're a lot taller than I expected.
I have like an entire body and
everything. No, I don't have a body. No, just cut it here. It is a lot of fun. And so thank you guys for coming out. And I know, again, US Customs screwed it. We got this guy.
We got this guy. We had the Obsidian nozzles. There's lots more to come, and I look forward to the next show where I can show you some more exciting stuff.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Claire, thank you.
So nice to meet you.
No, this is no, get in here. Come in here. I am so glad to finally meet you.
You too, mate.
Now I know who I'm always talking to via email and sometimes on Twitter. Because you're not the only one on that Twitter account sometimes.
I'm not.
But yeah, guys, I think that's going to wrap for ERRF 2022. We saved one of the best for last. Seriously, go check out E3D. Links are in the description down below. But stay safe out there. Don't forget to call your loved ones. Donate to the Sanjay Mortimer Foundation. And as always, keep making awesome. Have a good one. Santa needs to be in it.
Good try.
Santa is real. Santa's real.
Great presents through bubbles.